You know I am a huge fan of Dark Souls, Sekiro, Elden Ring, and we have so many Souls-like games coming. It's overwhelming. But the combat system of Sekiro is my favorite. Also, we have Thymesia, so that's probably my favorite combat system. But parry base, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm excited about because it is so addictive. I love it. It's king, 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 and you have to actually dance with the enemy. So you have to observe the enemy attacks, and you have to get the rhythm and go with the enemy. So you end up beating the enemies like you know them. You really have to know them and dance with the attacks. It's absolutely fantastic. So let's take a look at this game. It doesn't have a lot of views, like 37,000 views for a game like this is surprising. So just want to share with you my impressions, and I'm very impressed. But I also want to share with you what I don't like. So the first thing that I don't like is Unreal Engine 5. I just don't like it. I haven't seen a single game that looks sharp and good with Unreal Engine 5. They all try to look photorealistic and they end up looking blurry, very blurry. And you see the hair rendering. Right now it looks good because it's a cutscene. The hair rendering in the cutscene is okay. You see some aliasing. This is a 4K video. So yeah, but it's due to compression. It's not 60 FPS. So I'm not going to judge sharpness with with a video like this because we don't have the actual look of the game on my system running, but it's Unreal Engine 5. So that's the only thing I'm not liking so far. But the gameplay, man, it's just fantastic. So we have Prince of Persia Vive here, running on the walls and the parry, man. Oh, look at that kick. I'm also black belt in karate, so I really appreciate all the movements. That kick, that looked good, man. Looked very, very nice. So we have a lot of running around, and I like that kind of walking through walls and stuff. And it seems like we also have combat system without the sword, and we see the reward of 3 successful parries there. It's just fantastic. Also, I am liking. Hey, wait. There's no blood on the enemy. The enemy has a sparks. I didn't see that the first time. The enemy doesn't have blood. This is sparks. See? There's no blood in the enemy. Why? Is this game for kids or something? But yeah, man, the combat system's fantastic. Also, I like that the camera, it is detached from that over the shoulder kind of camera, so we can see the animations more nicely. So maybe that can be adjusted. Maybe there's an FOV or something. But you see the camera is changing from this perspective to a different perspective. So here I don't really like this this lighting here because it looks washed out. So on the horizon this looks very bright and it makes the picture washed out. So I didn't like the way that looked. Hopefully this game runs well because I don't see a lot of things going on the game. It doesn't look bad. We see the screen space reflections there, and on the cutscene we have a higher LOD for the characters. We see the hair rendering looks very, very nice and sharp on the cutscenes. That's good. But that's not the level of detail we see when we are actually playing the game. The grass looks okay, nothing spectacular. It looks good. I love the debris, the particle effects of the flowers. It looks very nice. But you see here's one thing that worries me about this camera, the angle that we see the camera. It is completely static. We see that there's not a lot of movement going on. So the camera doesn't move. So this might be to hide motion clarity. So my concern is, okay, this is Unreal Engine 5, the game is going to run like garbage. So they have to use this camera, this static camera system for 30 FPS on the consoles, basically. So 30 FPS on the PS5 at 1440p, that means terrible performance on the PC. That's what I'm concerned about. But I don't see why, just looking at the game, because there's nothing on the horizon. We just have a flat ground. Yeah, it is full of flowers and these particle effects, but if we look at the trees in the back, the LOD of the trees is very low. This is not using, nanite or anything like that. Not that I can see. So, yeah, we do see some trees here, but they are not impressive, and the foliage is not very dense in the trees or anything. But yeah, mainly the combat system is fantastic. Look at this thing. Feel the parry. I can feel it. Let me go for it. This is this one. L1.
天下是苍生的天下，粮还是糖，这两个字重要吗？大唐福之万
This is very fun, and I love that
逆贼杀
combat
戮无
system.
道，如何相提并论？
And the enemy seems to have a pose. Like you have to break the posture. You have to attack the enemy
一将功成
continuously,
万
like
骨
in
枯，
Sekiro.
总有人要在
You see
阴
those
影里
marks
背负罪孽。
in both in our character and in the enemy? Actually, the enemy doesn't have that. It's only on our character. I don't know what that means, really.
你那血里的糖，
Sekiro
正是
doesn't
你
have
心中
stamina.
所念的糖吗？
This one shouldn't have stamina. I think that's all we got. I really, really like this gameplay. And also, I like, so this, the way the camera angles are set up are hiding the motion clarity. But what I like about this is that we can see better all these animations. And you see when the enemy goes around you, it looks very, very cool. Like I like that camera. Weird angles. I think Ghost of Tsushima does that too. And we see here is that hinting open world? That looks pretty open. It looks big. Maybe? This open world. I'd much rather have to be more linear like Sekiro, because usually we get better performance. The game looks better when it is not open world. And we can see the example with Sekiro. I mean, Sekiro looks very good in my opinion. It's locked to 60, which is terrible and unacceptable, but it looks good. And then we see Elden Ring. It doesn't look that good because the scope is much bigger and it is the same engine. So I prefer to get a better performance, I prefer the Sekiro way. But just if you're going to give me an open world like Elden Ring, yeah, I'd much rather have that. And this looks very, very big. Look at that. We have a lot of buildings in the distance, very far away, and like a main city here on the right. This looks big. So I'm not sure what's the scope of this game. Hopefully it doesn't take forever to come out, because that's the issue with these games. They are being announced so early in the development, because I think what they are looking for is to get support. Just put it out there, see if you can get more support, if you can hire more people, if you can, if people are more excited, maybe you decide, okay, let's throw more money into the project. So they are calling this a project, but I hope it happens. I think Black Myth Wukong is gonna come out this year. It should. We've seen so much gameplay from that game that I don't think there's gonna be any problem with that game. The only problem, Unreal Engine 5 stuttering and blurriness. Hopefully it runs well. It has ray tracing, which is the good thing about ray tracing is that it, of course, is gonna have DLSS. It's sponsored by Nvidia. So it should run well, but hopefully it doesn't look blurry. So I see, for example, when I look at this shots here, the hair is always looking pixelated. That's TAA. So for sure this game right now is TAA. Hopefully it is not a forced TAA so you cannot turn off. Yeah, that's my issue with Unreal Engine. It just looks blurry and it runs like garbage. That's the problem. That's what I don't like. Hopefully they get it right. And I'm gonna play it anyway. The combat system looks good. And also it seems like we have some platforming and running around and walking through the walls and stuff. I like that. And I'm not sure if this part is a cinematic or small. Because if we can fight with this camera, that's cool, man. I like that. If we can fight with this kind of camera angle, I like it. The way the camera is moving, I don't think this is game. That's why I don't like this kind of thing. So yeah, man. Hopefully it comes out soon. I don't want to get too excited, but I am. I want to play this right now. So I went to their website, and there's not a lot of information. We see here that we're going to have 2 or 3 characters. So we have this one, which has a katana. This one has a sword. And we have another character that's to be determined. One thing that is a challenge with parry-based games like Sekiro is that when you fight monsters, it is a little bit out of place, because if the monster doesn't have a sword, then you don't have parries. Or, well, in Sekiro we do have parries, and most of the monsters, they have swords. But, to fight big monsters, a combat system like Elden Ring or Dark Souls, it works better. So yeah, I was playing Thymesia, and the only boss battles that I don't like is when I have to fight a monster. Yeah, I love the game when I'm fighting humanoids, but to fight these huge monsters, oh man, I don't like it. So I hope they get this right, because that's the thing that's more difficult, in my opinion, with this gameplay. So yeah, we don't have a lot. 3 pictures, 1 gameplay video, and 2 characters. That's it. So let me know which of these games are you more excited about. I'm looking forward to all of them. I'm gonna play all of them. Hopefully we get this Lies of P. It's like Still Rising, but hopefully better, because Still Rising was kind of a mess. So many bugs in that, even game-breaking bugs I found in that game. And I don't see many bugs in games, but Still Rising, I was like walking and going through walls and scaling buildings that I was not supposed to be scaling, and then ending up in a place stuck because I couldn't go through a door. Things like game-breaking bugs. Hopefully that Pinocchio Lies of P is better than Pinocchio, than the Still Rising. But we have a lot of good games coming out. So let me know which one of these Souls-like games are you more excited about. And yeah, I maybe I'm not even aware of that one. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions, and if you have any questions.